Good evening, everyone, and a very, very warm welcome to ShaliniSays WineShineQuarantine. Yes, it is that time of the day, and I am still trying to keep to the India timing. So I hope you all sign in today because I have a very, very interesting guest, as usual. And I'm going to bring her on to the show and then talk about her because if you can see her and then hear about her, you're going to have some more fun. So let me bring her on the show. Stay with me. Stay with me.
Hello, Shalini.
Jane, I could see you in the studio and I was waiting to get you on board. And thank you
I
so much
know.
for being on the show.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for inviting me. Awesome.
So, Jane Clare is one of the most famous coaches in the south of France. She works with startups and scale up strategies with organizations, and that's exactly the call of the day and the need of the hour because either people are giving up their old businesses and it's startups, so there's a whole new ball game,
Yeah.
or it's time to scale up because there is no, if you are going to stay, nothing's going to happen. So she's really the right person, and which is why we decided that she would be the perfect person to bring on the show today. And she suggested a very, very interesting topic, which is competition or collaboration. And
Yeah.
I'm very, very big on this story because Women on Top actually stands for collaboration and for the fact that we grow through interdependence, you know. And if you're going to think like that, you're going to have a growth mindset and you're going to grow. So, Jane here, Jane, I'm just taking away everything and saying everything that I want you to say.
Okay. It's perfectly fine. I can just sit back and enjoy it. It's lovely.
No, I'm not going to let you do that. That's
Oh,
not happening because people are here to listen to you, not to me. So I'm just happy that you're here with me today. Jane, we all know it because you're a coach and I'm a coach. And we know that every
yeah.
coach has a story. We all come from somewhere and how we decided to do this. And I'm sure yours is very interesting. So should we start with your story?
My story is quite short, really. I'm from the UK originally, from the northwest of England, and um, one way or another, I tumbled into interior design, high-end residential, which was my all-time passion for nearly 20 years. And it took me to the south of England. I lived in London. Then it took me to Dubai. And at that time, I was been in my own business for about 25 years. And trying to give you my age away now. I'm 21, really. And at that time, I moved then to France, to Antibes in the south of France, beautiful, because I was tired of, it being that hot and that dusty. And I'd already started to coach and mentor. To be honest, I think it's something that probably you and I have been doing all our lives.
Yeah.
And it's just putting it into a business model. And that's it, really. I work mainly online, and I love it.
Wow, that's awesome. So, I always thank Beverly on the show because she has
Yes.
brought together some wonderful people. So I never shy away from thanking her because, it takes the strong woman to introduce other people and say, hey, I'm just fine with it, and she creates the opportunity here in the
Yes.
south of France so people can
And
network.
she's been very, very supportive, in
That's
so
right.
many ways to us all, I'm sure. And to
Yeah,
me.
that's right. That's right. So we're actually going to be doing some more fun stuff together, and we're going to have some interesting speakers. So of course, we would want you for you to be a part of that as well.
Great.
Going on to the second question, which is, I think everybody today is in that pursuit of happiness, right? Aren't we all? And that's a word now which is so commonly used because everybody says that. Or what do they want? They want peace and happiness. I want
Yes.
nothing but peace and happiness.
Yeah.
But there's so many people that come to you, and you realize that they have different problems. What is the most common problem that you see in people?
I think whether it's in people generally, people in business, or just in their day-to-day personal life, what I'm seeing a lot of at the moment, and actually it's been probably for about the last year, people are getting in their own way.
Yeah.
It's them that is stopping the happiness. It's stopping their success. They're literally blocking themselves. For whatever reasons, and we find the reasons usually very quickly, but people are stopping themselves being happy. Their expectations are either unrealistic or not simple enough, and happiness doesn't come with a designer tag.
Yeah, no, but you're right. I think you can't base your happiness on things and people. You have to
No.
be happy from within.
Yeah,
And I don't even agree with the fact when people say that happiness is a state of mind, because mind is the most, it changes every second. So I cannot
yeah.
say happiness is a state of mind. But
And
I do believe that if you actually, if you stop being in pursuit of happiness and created a lifestyle that makes you happy,
yeah,
a full lifestyle change that can give you happiness.
I think, our days are built up of a series of choices and the decisions that we make, either the people we're with, where we go, what we do. And all it is being true to yourself
It is.
and, being real and
It,
sticking to those decisions and choices. And then happiness is almost automatic,
it is.
you
But
know.
I have to tell you that there's actually been a research, and there's a Harvard professor who says that happiness is because of the good relationships in our life.
Yeah,
And if you really look into it, all those people who got stable, secure relationships are the
yeah.
happiest people, because they're not seeking. The minute you're not seeking, you're content, you're happy.
Yeah.
So contentment
And I
is.
think, I'm solo, I'm a single, and there's times when, yes, I'd like to be in a partnership, and there are other times when I'm very happy not being.
No, you're not. No,
I
you
know.
would love to be. You'd love to be with somebody, and anybody who's listening, please.
Oh, there we go. That's a new way.
It just might come up the show, right? And you might just get
Oh,
somebody.
can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yes. Would you like business coaching or marriage? Right. Could we have both?
Absolutely. So I want you to tell me a story of transformation of one of your clients and the steps that it took to get him or her there.
Right. Well, interestingly, I mean, this has been a very transformative year, I think, for many people. And recently, it was only a couple of months ago, I took on a new client, wonderful woman in the UK, who, very unfortunately, some years before, her husband suffered a very tragic brain disease. He's alive and he's around, but their life and everything and her businesses just crumbled. And this was about 5 years ago. And she's not been able to establish what life was all about, what she wanted anymore, why she wanted the things that she thought she wanted, and what she was going to do in business. And when you've seen somebody who's that much in struggle over this, a super talented woman, by the way, and she's fine. Literally 2 sessions, she's
Wow.
on her path. And there was a bit in the middle where it was like, actually it was 3 sessions, because she was like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then she changed her mind, because then she started being back in touch with herself again, and she's now going in a direction that is congruent to what her beliefs are now, which are different, and the values are the same, but the manifestation of her beliefs and the journey she's been on, she can now celebrate.
Wow, how nice is that? That's such a
It's
nice.
huge. It's huge.
It is. The biggest quote going, like you said, that she went inside. It's the biggest quote in the lockdown has been, when you can't go outside, go inside. And
Exactly.
yes, it is. We've all had time to, be with ourselves, decide what
Yeah.
we want, set our goals, have a vision. So you may think that 2020 has been kind of redundant for a lot of people in terms of business, but I think it's been so good for families to come together, for people to get along with each other, understand each other. So people have to see that side of it. And I think if you change your mind, if you change your perspective, you can have a great life, right? So
I think it'd be amazing. I think COVID has done untold good for people, the planet. Okay, there will be the financial ripples and the economic uncertainty, but that's where the collaboration is even more important.
Yeah. Well, I can see people are like asking for telephone numbers. Maybe you should give yours and say, yeah, sure.
I'm a bit choosy.
You should be, and you should be. So, all of us coaches, we do these exercises with our clients when we're doing our sessions. And there are some which are very interesting. Is there any interesting ones that you do? It'll be so good for me to learn more than anything.
Well, it's we all know the coach's amazing wheel of life. Okay, which for life coaching is amazing, and I converted it into a business wheel, and the sections again, that snapshot. So you've got your experience, you've got, where you are currently. Do you need training? Do you need to buy in skills? Do you know your niche? Do you know your ideal client? How are you with marketing? And there's just 8 sections. And just like we draw the little spider. And it gives people, they go, oh. And they suddenly know where they're at. And I always start with that. And it's just super simps. And then we go back to it 3 months later and they're like, wow.
Yeah. That's actually the best part. I've in fact just kind of finished with a client and he's in a very good space and I'm so happy with it. But when you start off, even as coaches, sometimes we are like apprehensive because we know where they're coming from. But till the time they don't decide to change, even though the first step is to come to us, but they have to still decide to change. Because if you don't, then, it's going to be the same story all over again.
It's the same thing, isn't it? That's why only 6% of courses are ever completed. Because people think actually just signing up, paying for it means they've done it. It's actually being able to keep doing it. And I'm working with a great coach for me at the moment on training. And he's saying, 40% of people don't help themselves ever.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, pretty large. So,
That's true. Okay, we have to now go to the most important question, our topic of the day, and I want you to speak about it, and I want you to give your thoughts and viewpoints on this: competition or collaboration. And we know we will obviously we discuss the answer, but I want you to give us the benefits and explain the story and make it easy for people that are listening and watching today.
Yeah, I think for all of us, particularly when we're in a service-based industry, so whether that be coaching, consultancy, even design in itself an art, we know and we've seen throughout the years that when people collaborate together, it's better for them, okay, because you've got peer-to-peer support. If you're a budding entrepreneur, trying to do it all on your own, for example, can be very lonely and isolating, and your friends and family can't support. So there's the actual personal support and collaboration. There's then the business side where you can combine similar or even opposite organizations together, which enables you to be able to offer collectively a much better service, quality, usually cheaper, to the client. Now, at this time now, particularly, people are, should we say, very uncertain. They want more assurances. They want more value. And as the months go by now, people need to think about the big picture and the longer term, not for the quick fix. And with collaboration, it's much, much easier. And, again, a great thing I was reading the other day was if you are, an entrepreneur, how are you going to be a game changer? Well, you can be a game changer by fixing your competition's problems, because then they become your best clients. And I've sat down and read that and thought, that's pretty smart. And it's by the collaboration. I'm not being funny, but so many coaches have the similar issues. So the same for accountants or lawyers, but bond together. Don't be seen as separate little entities, because when we separate, we're much less. Together, we are more. Whether that be in life, with our friends, with our family, but especially in business.
Yeah.
And I think people get so sort of scared. Oh, they're going to take all my ideas. Well, maybe you need somebody else to make your ideas real. And in the marketplace, a lot of people we know sit with ideas and things, going on in their head, and they're never, ever realised. Whereas if you collaborate, then they are. So even from a creativity point of view, ideas become real. We know our thoughts become things. None of this is new, but it's certainly something that we can focus now and actually make a priority and take good steps, action, to do what you can do to make it better. This is a collaboration.
Yeah.
more people will benefit, hopefully. And, and that's what it's about. And with COVID, the relationship building, the Zoom webinars that families had and everything, took it to a whole new and deeper level. When the pound or the rupee or the euro wasn't involved, people were open, they were free. And, we had all these amazing things being created from nothing because they were allowed to. It's taking that principle, but just blowing it up and making it bigger and sexier and more available. And I think if, let's talk to some top CEOs and see how they can collaborate and combine forces. And then people benefit more. And we need more people to benefit at the moment.
Yeah, well said, well said. In fact, it's my mantra, and I always say together stronger. When we come together, we actually are able to give more out there, and teamwork is the only way to go at this point. I think for all of us, in any case, we should all think about it. Collaborate, come together and become larger than life. But yeah, it's collaborations, it's co-branding, it's these things actually make a difference to you, and people should look at that. And this competition story, the big brands that are competing with each other, they're competing.
What a waste of energy and money.
For entrepreneurs, I think it's a definite no-no. Let's not even go in that space. Think of collaborations. You'll actually become much larger than you are.
Yeah, because also the sum of the parts is always more.
Yeah.
And it's the same principle. Clocks don't work when there's just, one bit. You need all the bits together. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with you. Okay. This is fun. And I'm sure people have enjoyed this. In fact, I can see a few people saying awesome. Let me put it on the screen for you to see. I know a friend of ours is watching, and she said something really nice about two great women, but I cannot see her name because on she's probably watching from one of the pages, which
right. Oh, that's great.
Great women. So thank you. When I see the name later, I will revert. But thank you. So yes, there's a lot of take back for people from this, and thank you for sharing your thoughts on competition and collaboration.
Great.
I'm going to actually take you to the section of my show which everybody loves because they wanted it to be my personality is more fun and have a good time kind of story. I love that. So I think they needed a rapid fire, and get to know Jane is what I call it. So let's know Jane. I'm going to put you on the spot. And I know you think on your feet, so I'm not.
I do. I'm Tootsie-led. My Tootsies are fine. I'm there.
So it should be rapid and fun, and just say it the way you think it the first time. Don't think about it.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah. This is something which I had to ask, so I will. Startup or scale up? 5 tips.
Know your niche. Know your client. Don't fall in love with your niche, because it'll change and pivot. It's not a tattoo. And work hard. Get help. That's it.
Nice. I love that. Your mentor coach?
I've got 2 at the moment. One is social media, and the other one, as I say, I'm doing this brain training about how to unblock. Oh my God, it's so powerful. I can't even tell you. So yeah, I'll be ready with that in about a month. Unbelievable.
Wow, I must talk to you more about it offline because this is interesting.
Yes.
I'm doing a hypnosis thing as well. So, and it's really intriguing. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So we all have to have our mentor coach. It's great that you are. Who's your inspiration?
Do you know what? I thought I've got quite a few inspirations, and I think, obviously, the likes of Simon Sinek are great. The likes of Glenda Jackson is amazing. Mario Folio. And, you look at amazingly strong women. I try to split it and get a fair percentage of men in. And I think, anybody that stands up and speaks and is prepared to have, go, I'm here, it's me. That's an inspiration.
True.
Isn't it?
It is. I love that one. What do you do for recreation, or what's your turn on?
I paint big oil paintings.
Wow.
Abstract. I have to say, it's been a while, but you've got to be in the mood, and it means clearing out a whole room. So yeah, but that's what I do when I'm fully got time to be free and do it.
See that on the next show, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll show you. Yeah, they're pretty big.
Yeah, a perfect day in the south of France. where we're lucky to live.
This morning, I met the lovely, amazing artist Nicola Paris at 8 o'clock on the beach, and we had coffee and peaches and croissants. Then I came home, I had a client meeting, I got ready to see you, I've got then another client, and then I'm going to a friend's for sort of like a bit of champers. So it's that's pretty awesome.
So I would say that every day is a perfect day in the south of France, isn't it? We're really lucky to have this, and I hope the rest of the world also gets fine soon and they can have a life, because I think a lot of my friends in India are locked in and they're not happy with my life right now.
No, and we've got sunshine, and that's huge.
Yes. I'm actually leaving the beaches and going to Florence tomorrow to be by the river. Yeah. Okay. All coaches watch other coaches or speakers. Who do you watch the most?
There isn't one. Sorry to be whatever, but there isn't one, because I've seen 15-year-olds to 85-year-olds who inspire. And I'm a great one that things come to you with synchronicity. And, I'm on all the TEDx links and, all those kind of things, and Facebook. And suddenly something will pop up and you'll go, oh, what's that about?
Yeah.
And it's there to give you a message.
Yeah, absolutely. Like our conversation that started today, which we'll carry forward after our life.
Yes, exactly. Yes, offline.
There's always that, right? The last 5 internet searches on your phone right now. Did you Google me?
Yeah, no. Well, I did. I've got. I did a Google Translate.
Okay.
The Haywain of Constable. It's part of my training. Unbelievable. I had to check out how a client was doing. So I had to check out all their profiles. And that actually covered more than 5. So there you go.
Okay.
But, I thought Google Translate and the Haywain. I mean, that shocked me, I'll tell you.
Interesting. The taboo sites I'm sure you're not telling me about, so it's okay. Okay, is it love at first sight, or do you like it slowly and steadily?
I think years ago I would have said it was love at first sight. I think probably now it's lust at first sight. And love grows.
Yeah, love can follow. Don't worry about it. It's just fine. It's temporary.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on speed dating or one night stands?
I don't think I've got the energy anymore. I once did speed dating many years ago at Richmond Hill, a beautiful, fabulous hotel. And I was about 30. I couldn't, by the time I got to the end of an hour, bear in mind it's every 3 minutes, and you write it all down, hadn't got a clue who anybody was. Now that was 20 odd years ago. So the chances of me remembering now are even less. So neither a reply, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just putting you completely on the hot seat.
I know you are. Thank you. So one night stands and lust. Right. Okay, well, we'll tick for both. Go on.
Yeah. A pickup line that you use or somebody's used in you.
Oh, no, I've got a great one. Again, this is years ago. And this man said to me, we were chatting, would I like to go for a drink and blah, blah, blah. I said, yes, and where do you work? What do you do? And he said, oh, I'm with the airline. Well, at the time, I lived near Manchester in the north of England, which is like Manchester Airport. So everybody works for British Airways. Turns out he was a tyre attendant and he filled air into tyres.
And yes, that was a pickup line.
Exactly, like, I've got an airline.
Yeah, but you were not getting picked up for sure.
No, and I wasn't being caught in any way. And I was like, oh, you mean an airline? Literally, a rubber tube that you attach to tyres. So yeah, that was interesting.
Oh, that is interesting. Okay, there's going to be some more interesting ones coming up. The pickup lines. Get ready for it. After you're announcing on social media that you're single, now just hang in there and wait for them to come your way.
Oh my Lord! Oh dear, right? Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. Okay. So for people to know, top of mind, 5 good-looking celebrities.
It has to be. I don't know. Maybe this is just me, but George Clooney, Sean Connery, Yul Brynner when he was around, Sidney Poitier. I mean, seriously, that twinkle there and the lived-in face bit. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I like the fact where, guys look like they've had a life.
Yeah.
Who wants to go out with a guy that's like, Yeah, it just doesn't work. And but yeah, that sort of bit twinkly, bit rugged, silver fox.
I saw one yesterday, the George Clooney lookalike, while I'd gone for a walk to the beach, and I just stopped in my steps, and I was like, okay, if we can't have the real thing, this one's like right here. Then I said, oh, I'm married. No, never mind.
Yeah, but I'm not. Where were you? What time was it? Did you do a grid reference?
Exactly. I'm going to let you know. You have to join me next time. Okay, who's your real life hero?
My real life hero has to be, I've got two brothers, and the middle one, he's still older than me. Yes. And he's always been, divine inspiration to me. Didn't do that well at school, ended up being hugely successful. And more importantly, the biggest giver I think I've had, in every sense. And his motto was, "I'll earn it so I can give it away," and he did. We're talking millions.
Wow!
And I just thought, wow. So I'm trying to get to that point that I can start giving it away in a good way. So
I'm sure you do already, and I'm sure you're already there. But we do have that in common as well. Just to tell you, the mirror story is working with us completely. Our rapport is completely building. My real life hero would be my brother too.
Yeah.
So yeah, great. Your favorite vacation spots?
Well, interestingly, when you told me that you were going to Florence, all these memories came back, and I actually went to Florence on my own at about 32. Had an amazing time. But I remember sitting on the top of the Duomo, and it's got this amazingly horrific walk where you go inside the roof. I don't know if this applies. This was obviously years ago. Yeah. And I remember this woman of about 70 overtaking me. And I thought, right, okay.
She ain't even making.
And I just sat at the top, and you felt like, and it was a really great point career-wise for me. And it was the first time I thought, oh my God, Jane, you've done really well. And it's have I beaten that? Well, yeah, different ways. Of course I have. But it was a very strategic point, and I was sat on the top of the Duomo.
Wow.
With a mobile phone that was like the size of a little brick. And I just thought, oh my God, this is amazing.
Amazing. So see, there was a reason we were talking today. I'm going to send you that picture from top of the Domo tomorrow.
Exactly. Please do.
With my career, so I'm going to take that selfie and say, hey, what the hell?
Exactly. Yeah, it's great.
Follow the footsteps of the leaders. You're a superstar, and I'm happy that I'm going to be doing the same thing tomorrow. A treasured memory.
A few years ago, I was 50. And I've always loved birthdays. People are really shy about it. And I'm like, no, it's my birthday. Not because I want prezzies or anything like that, but it's great to share time with people. And often we need an excuse. So I was living in Dubai, and I flew all my friends over, and we basically had a month of celebrating me being 50. And, this was on a roll, and we had friends staying for 2 weeks or a week, or there was one weekend when there was like 6 of us. And, and it was just amazing.
Wow.
And people will sort of said, well, why are you taking some time off work? I said, because I'm only going to be 50 once. And it was the most. But yeah, it was the best time. And I made so many wonderful memories that will, I'll be somewhere, hopefully, very, very old and mature, looking back, going with this little silly grin on my face still, thinking how amazing it was. And people who still talk about it to this day. So it was the best. But it was a whole month of memories.
Wonderful. These are the memories that actually keep us happy in times which have been tough. The lockdown was so tough, but when you went down memory lane and you thought of all these memories, the dopamine, endorphins, whatever, all the hormones that were possible were there, right? When you did the whole...
Oh, lovely. Just the best. I think it's, well, not every day is, the best business day, the best whatever, but we can always take ourselves back to a memory and recreate how we felt.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Absolutely. If you were not a coach, then what?
I'd go back to what I did before, was interior design.
Really? I thought it'd be some bar dancer or some pole dancer. Come on.
Can I just point out the camera stopped here for a very good reason. Career-wise, I would like to learn how to do Zumba or something and salsa properly, and all that kind of thing. So, but no, career-wise, I'd go back, and it'll always be an amazing passion.
Yeah, I would love to actually be a professional dealer in a casino, or
I wondered what you were going to say there.
The bartender who makes those fancy cocktails.
Wow!
Sorry, yeah, come on, gotta be wild.
No, I'm a good interior designer. Okay, you can have your own little bunny outfit.
Okay, seaside or mountains?
Seaside.
Ah, yeah, me too.
Yeah, sound of the sea, awesome.
Yeah, what makes you happy?
The simple things. Watching the world go by. I love people watching, because most of the time I'm busy. I'm online. I'm doing whatever. I'm working. So sometimes I like to toddle off and go and play tourist. Yeah, as I call it. I just love it.
Yeah, it is. And it's good to just put that phone or the computer away, Jane. So you
I do. I'm really good. I didn't used to be, but I'm good now. It's like phone's on silent. No, toodles. Yeah, I'm here. I'm just watching the world go by. I love it.
Super awesome. And this is the tip I definitely want everybody to hear. And that's a very important one in the current circumstances. You have to put that digital stuff away, and actually people watching is a great way to be. It's so much fun. So nice. It's different that you can't see them with the mask, but never mind. Let's try.
Somebody said, because I miss seeing people smile.
Yeah,
I'm smiling.
Yeah.
And somebody said, well, you can look at it in their eyes. Yeah. What kind of glasses do you think I'm wearing? Seriously, this is a big distance.
I know. I've stopped introducing myself now, because I'm like, it doesn't matter. When the mask comes off, you won't know who I am. So never mind.
Well, I have to say, the other day, the thought of wearing sunglasses and a mask was really good, because I was just popping out. And you're having a bit of a scruff day. And, you're sort of in your comfies. And you're thinking, I really want to put my makeup on. And I was like, don't have to, Jane. It's simple. So I got my sunglasses and a mask. It's like, I believe the sale of lipstick has rapidly dropped.
Oh, yeah, totally has. Okay, if you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
Not to worry, and take worry away from people. Because that stress and worry is
more the latter. You would take the worry away from people.
Yeah.
That's what you would do. Your mantra.
Be kind. That's it. And it's be kind to yourself, and you've got to be kind to everybody. And we don't know what that extra smile, that extra sign of kindness means, because we don't know what's going on in people's lives.
That's nice. That's very nice. Is there another message that you would like to give to the people?
Invest in yourself. Education, training, whatever. But get out of your own way. Allow yourself to be the real, amazing you. Because so many people put all these barriers there. Or they think family and friends. No, I'll do that later. Later never comes.
Wow.
So, be free and be real and fly now. A lot of people have the options to do some amazingly great things, and they don't. Yeah.
That's lovely. I actually love the part when you said get out of your way, and that's exactly what it is. Because if you stop thinking that you can't, you can.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. So you have to.
People make excuses.
Yeah.
So make a life and make a real one instead.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you so much, Jane. This has been so much fun. I don't know what people have gained from this session, but I have gained a lot. And it's been super fun just chatting with you, just being and just having no agenda and just talking. I know
it's lovely. It's just so nice. Why can't we should do this every day?
I know. I tell you.
It should be compulsory for everybody globally.
No. But thank you so much, and it was great having you on the show. And I'm looking forward to spending time with you and actually having more conversation on this and seeing your paintings. And thank you all to all our friends that signed in today and watched us. And I do believe that we have to keep telling ourselves that every day, in every way, I'm getting better. And that's when you will. So thank you all for watching. Shalini Says Wine Shine Quarantine. Until next week, which we have a very interesting guest again. And I'm going to tell you, we have Sammy from Sass Cafe, which is iconic. If you have been to Monaco, there's no way you've not been to Sass Cafe. So I'm sure people will look forward to watching that show and hearing the story of Sassy Sass. And so join in, Jane. Please do sign in next week to watch us. And thanks for today again. And thank you all over the world for watching.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.